kids, welcome to the wilds. Woo. And tonight we're staying in a yurt. Miss Jamie and I are glamping.
Yes. No, it's cool.
It's gorgeous out here. You can see for miles and miles. They have giraffes and zebras and camels.
And some things we can't pronounce.
Yeah, there's a bunch of animals that we can't pronounce.
Looks like a horse, but it's not a horse, of course.
You know, there's one that's like a really fuzzy cow that had a name that we don't know. Something. I don't know.
I don't know what it was because she turned the page so I didn't get to see. Or whatever she was flipping through. Whatever.
I was.
But it's beautiful out here.
It really is. Weather's gorgeous, which I think it only will be for the next 12 hours, so we're going to make the most of it.
I'm excited for that.
Yep. And in the morning, we're going to go horseback riding on safari. Horseback riding on safari.
First time. I've never ever have I gone horseback riding. This is first.
I can't wait. All right, kids, we'll give you a full review in the morning.
Okay,
Bye. You'll be happy to know that the line of ants this morning is still working just as hard as they were when I showed you the lineup. We come to safari and what do I get excited about? A line of ants on the sidewalk.
Not that there's like animals right behind us at the water hole.
Right, like camels,
Yeah.
and rhinoceroses,
And the little deer things that aren't deer but
Right.
deer.
African deer,
African deer.
some kind of deer.
They're pretty, but nope.
And I'm like, yay, look, ants, or a bunny, look.
Yeah,
Look, Jamie, a bunny.
I was sitting in the yurt and she really said, "Come here, there's a line of ants." I'm like, there's a line of ants. Okay, let's go check them out because they're not everywhere in Ohio.
I'm all about the nature, kids, just pure nature.
So she gets out a lot
Yep.
in nature.
So we are staying at Nomad Ridge. Is that what it's
Nomad
called?
Ridge.
We're at Nomad Ridge here in the wilds, which is part of the Columbus Zoo extended family. We're out here in Muskingum County, south of Zanesville, right? We're south-ish, something like that.
Sure, I was just the passenger. I didn't pay attention. Richard was telling us all kinds of things.
Richard's what I call my Siri because I like to have my own fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So let's see our thoughts. So overnight we stayed here in the yurt, and I'll show you some footage of that after this segment. It cost $400-ish, but that includes an overnight stay in a private yurt. Our yurt is air conditioned. We have a shower and a bath. You know, we have the full plumbing.
We're
here.
We're camping.
We're glamping.
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 I'm sorry, I'm not here yet. Glamping.
Yeah, we haven't had our coffee, kids.
It really is glamping. Shower I didn't want to get out of.
Wasn't that a great shower? I was so shocked. Kids, I'm telling you, the temperature, the water pressure, like if you were a tall person, you probably wouldn't like the shower as much,
No,
but
it's fine.
okay, well, yeah.
I tested that out too because I have tall people in my home. So I kind of moved the. It was fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Towels were here, shampoo, conditioner, body wash was here, hand soap. It's just like staying in a regular hotel, except you're in a kind of permanent tent.
You're in a yurt.
You're in a yurt.
and I think it's better than being in a hotel room. to
It's
be
really
honest.
cool, yeah.
It's more. It feels more like personal, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear people stomping outside down the hallway.
That's true.
Like it feels. I was more comfortable.
Yep. Now there are bugs, right? Because you are in the wild. We've had a couple little stink bugs in our yurt, but
Stink bugs and
no big deal.
There's a mosquito up there somewhere.
I saw a spider too, but it was way outside of our reach.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too. And the 400, so it's a little bit pricey.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You do you.
So for the $400, you get the overnight stay, you get dinner included, you get breakfast included, and you get a safari tour included. And we added on a horseback safari, which we're about to go and do. And
This is my first time riding a horse, kids, so wish me luck.
she's gonna do so good. You're gonna be so proud of her.
Got my sports bra on and everything, kiddos.
What'd you think of the food last night?
I'm a not so, not so much. Just to be honest, I mean, it wasn't. We could have made it better at home.
Yeah, we could have. I would describe it like high school cafeteria quality food. Maybe a little bit better than high school cafeteria, but not much.
It was like chicken rib meat, and she had. It was supposed to be chicken fried steak, or was it just fried?
It was supposed to be a chicken fried steak, and I think they accomplished it. It just tastes like fried, not so
Yeah.
much the steak. Like it,
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of chicken in there.
and there wasn't any seasoning in the white
No.
gravy,
No
or
seasoning
the
on the
potatoes,
potatoes.
or the corn. And the corn was clearly frozen and reheated. But the wait staff was really nice.
Yeah.
I thought the dining room was really clean. I would say the other thing you get with the overnight yurt stay is access to the concierge. And I think her name was Lois,
Lois.
but
She
she
was
was
a sweetheart.
wonderful. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they do make you feel special.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yep. Oh, and there's a fire pit, and they'll let you borrow big blankies to snuggle up in the fire pit, and binoculars. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Got to see a close up of the camel.
Yes.
What was that? They were like, okay, I don't know what it's called. Furry cows.
Yeah, it's like a long-haired hippie cow. I don't know
Yeah.
how else to describe it.
And it's not the cows here in Ohio. It was from East.
Was it East Africa? East.
One of them
Middle
was
Eastern?
from Africa. There was Africa, and then there was.
Iran.
Iran.
It was like Middle Eastern. There was a Middle
Yeah.
Eastern cow.
I think that must have been it then. But it's cute. One of them decided it was going to go by itself and just slump down and just lay there.
It's like it's the teenager cow. It's like, I don't wanna.
I think it's either a timeout, made somebody else in their little group mad, or just was like, you know what, I'm going to do me. I was like, I don't know, Miss April. I think we should probably see if it's still breathing.
I was like, it's moving. Look, it's breathing.
It is a thing. It's good. It's
Just didn't want to do nothing.
no. Overall, it's a very relaxing experience. I think that it is pricey. It is pricey.
It is. Well, I compare it to, there's the treehouse thing in Toledo. The Toledo Metro Parks have tree houses that you can stay in. It's on our list, but they're all booked up, I think, pretty much through the end of the year. But those are, I think the biggest one they have that sleeps 6 is like $250, just to give you a comparison. So I thought this was pricey. But I think it's worth it.
It was fun. I think they should let you check in a lot earlier so you could like go and it's so open. It really is like you are in Africa out in a safari.
Oops.
I don't know. If you want to experience something different, yeah, this is it. It really is
yeah.
a big tent. It reminds me, I'm a Harry Potter fanatic. It reminds me of the last one where they had that tent. How they set up a tent and then they walk in and it's like all nice and has everything and perfect. That's what this kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
The way it's kind of just a pop-up setup. I don't know, I liked it.
Me too. I'm not an outdoors girl by any stretch of the imagination, so the ability to go glamping was kind of fun. And like, I told my family that I was doing it, and they're like, "You're going to the woods on purpose."
It reminds me of Dirty Dancing, the way they have this little setup. If you guys ever watch it, I know it's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
It is a goodie. It's particularly relevant right now. That's all I'll say. If you remember what her father did. We are in the ADA accessible yurt, but I would say if you had a wheelchair, you could get around in here just fine.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why there's no refrigerator.
Oh, that's probably why there's no
Space.
refrigerator. It would, yeah, it would get in the way.
I don't know, I think shower. It's like,
It was a good shower.
I didn't want to ruin the shower and like maybe the hot water was going to go away. And then
Right.
like it's going to go and then it's not going to be that special anymore.
I was worried about that too.
Like as much as you really want to, Jamie, you have to get out of the shower. I know you want to sit here, sit on the little thing there. I didn't sit down one. It was so weird for me. But I didn't want to move. Showers are freaking amazing.
At least in our yurt, it's a wonderful shower.
Yes.
All right, kids, well, we're going to go grab some breakfast, and then we're going to hit the trail on the horses, and
How long is the horse ride?
an hour. You're going to be fine. She's going to be fine. It's going to be a great story, and we're going to record our impressions of it right after. So stay tuned, kids. We'll be right back.
Love you. Mwah.
Ready to adult.
Not me.
Not me either. Okay. Tell them what we did. Tell them.
We went horseback riding. I did good. It was my first time. And I loved every single minute of it. I had a horse named Sly. And I was kind of afraid because his name was Sly. He was a very good boy.
And I was on a horse named Izzy, and I wasn't sure what pronoun went with Izzy, so I asked what pronoun the horse preferred when I got on, and the lady looked at me like, that's a human thing, but she goes, Izzy's a girl. That happened.
We don't get around.
I'm
not
confused by things, but I really felt like total, like, a kindred spirit in Izzy because she kept wanting to pass the slow boy in front of her. When you got to the difficult part, the uphill, she just wanted to run it, just get it over with as soon as possible. And she didn't want to be on any of the established trails. She wanted to make her own way, and I feel like that horse was meant to be with me.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, do you blame them though? Because like I was looking at the trail and I'm like, you poor thing. There's like bumps and, but I mean, yeah, mine was like, so here's like the leader. Here's the tail. Here's mine. I mean,
And I was in the back.
if he could have stuck it, I'm like, dude, we got back up a little bit. Poor horse in front of me was kicking and because of flies, not because of my horse. And all in all though, I was so relaxed. It's so beautiful.
It is. We had perfect weather, like 75 degrees, beautiful breeze, just, oh, and breakfast was amazing. It was so much better than dinner.
Yeah, it was like homemade.
Oh,
Had
yeah.
to be.
Had to be.
The gravy?
Fresh eggs, and the gravy was homemade.
And the eggs were made from the sausage grease because it had little sausage in it. It was
It was so
it
good.
was so good.
The potatoes were beautifully seasoned and the perfect like consistency and just,
And they weren't the red potatoes like we just assumed because of how bad it was.
yeah, we thought that the red potatoes from last night
Gonna make
we'd
it
see them
again.
again, yeah. But we didn't. No, and they even had like the fresh fruit and yogurt. That was nice and refreshing
Yes.
too. Like,
Strawberries and blackberries, and they were good
so
too.
good. We were shocked. The breakfast was amazing. So I guess it's just a mixed review based on what meal.
And it's on who's there.
Oh, that's true. Because
You got to think about it. And one, I guess it wasn't the chef. The chef that normally was there had the night off. You know, everybody's allowed. And so I think that had a lot to do with it.
it did reflect. in the food. Yeah.
And when your server says, well, it's not, it's going to be different.
When the server tries to give you a heads up.
Yeah, but I think she was back this morning because that was an
amazing breakfast.
Those are the best eggs ever.
They were so good. That sausage gravy and those biscuits were good too. Oh my goodness.
I've never had sage, and like,
it was good.
you know, I'm used to the Kentucky biscuits and gravy. A lot of just flour,
It
water.
tasted like there was fresh sage in the sausage gravy. It was really
amazing.
good.
It was really good.
So all in all, I would recommend an overnight stay at the Wilds. I really would. It's been an amazing adventure, but even if you don't have the budget to rent a yurt and stay overnight,
Looks like you can come here
yeah.
and still go and do some of the, like the
horseback riding was only $40 for both of us. It was $20 each. I know, for what we got, it was like an hour on the trail.
Yeah, and the girls are awesome.
Yeah.
Like
the whole staff here is
yeah.
amazing.
They're also nice, but once you're here, you'll realize why, because it's so relaxing. And just think, if you're like, 18, fresh out of high school, or even in high school, 18, have a job, and you're like, man, I don't know what to go and do, and you save some money, or you want to get out with some of your friends, this is nice.
Or a creative first date. Like,
Yeah.
$40 for a 1 hour horseback ride. Like, think of all the things you'll have to talk about afterwards if you go out for a meal. Like,
Kind of break the ice.
break the ice. Considering you could go out to a fancy dinner and spend way more than that on drinks and a meal, like, an activity date just sounds really cool.
And the way your date's going to feel once they get off said horse, they're not going to want a big meal.
No. And they're going to be wondering what it's like to ride you, probably.
She said it, not me.
But she thought it.
I'm saying, girl, get off. I know I was shaking a leg when I got off the horse, so there was that. And now I know why people are bow-legging it. I mean, I already got the whiskey hat on. I'll be that redneck woman. That's a
Live
song.
that redneck dream.
You can look it up. It's called Redneck Woman. She got baby on her head. It's a good song. Gretchen Wilson. I'm in the country mood right now.
I can't imagine why.
It was so nice. I didn't want to. When we turned the corner, I'm like,
I know. I was like, ooh, do we get to go? Oh, are we going
go
back?
red?
Aw.
That was only 45 minutes. I mean, it didn't feel like 45 minutes.
It was just
It was fun.
great.
Try it out, kids. It's not a waste of money at all. I know when I was your age, early 20s and late teens, I'm like, I'm not spending my money on that. But think about what you spend your money on, let's be honest.
Right.
So to do this and actually
Instead of
see,
99 bananas, go ride a horse. That's all we're saying.
take the safari tour, see the exotic animals. Oh, you can zip line here.
Oh yeah, you can zip line here.
They have bird watchers, like a bird watching area for some people. Not going to mention names or
Right.
anyone.
You know, if you happen to be into bird watching as a
Yeah.
young adult, there's activities here.
Very much. But yeah, all in all, kids, come and do this. It's fun.
You ready to hit the road, Mama?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
All right, kids. Well, we'll talk to you next time back in our studio.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Bye. Mwah. Okay.
Hey, kids. Before we forgot to give you our impressions of the magical ferry trail at Infirmary Park in Granville, Ohio.
Loved it. It felt like, it did feel like I was trying to find Tinkerbell. And like the birds chirping in the background, it was all nice and green, and there was like, you saw the mayor's house.
I know, and it's so cute because at the very beginning, so the park has a series of horse trails, right? And so you have to take one of the horse trails to get to the ferry trail. So at first we were like, well, where are the ferries? Because we're walking and walking, there's nothing exciting happening. But then you get there, and there's like little story, like a story told with like those real estate signs, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that people have in their yards, and like you walk down and you read about, I can't remember the girl's name, but the girl and her fairy
Suzy Q or
friend,
whatever.
yeah. And then you go on the trail and you get to see you get to see the mayor's house,
I love the teapot.
the teapot, and some of them were so well like incorporated into nature that it's like
You couldn't even see
you
it.
couldn't even like, oh look, it's hidden, look, you know.
Yeah. Did we sell that picture?
I didn't post it yet. I'm going to.
There's a picture of one of those instances where I'm like, you can't even see it from here. I want to see if you guys can.
Yeah, if you can find the fairy house in the photo, I don't even know.
More power to you.
We'll send you a greeting card, kids. I don't know what you would win if you can find it, but
We'll say, good job.
we'll give you a sticker and a greeting card.
There you go. Greeting card.
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean,
Again, no coffee. It's cool. It's
right.
cool.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. I think, and then they had like these little. I'm all about. Okay, Tinkerbell, Harry Potter, all those, anything imagination. In my mind, I'm probably like 12 when it comes to those kinds of things. Absolutely love them. But they had these little hut things. What were they? It was like,
Oh, I know what you're talking. Like the suspended.
yeah, and then like
Like
on the inside,
treehousey
yeah, it's like a little
things.
treehousey thing where they had, I guess, think of it like a hammock that's just floating.
Yes.
It was so cute. It looked like something I would really want to just go and lay down in.
And they were by the. There was a little fairy dispensary,
Yes, there was.
which cracked us up. We thought that was very funny.
And it was by the mafia.
The mafia house, yes.
Because it was weird, because it was like, here's the dispensary, and then like, the mafia house was like kind of up, like nailed to the tree. Like you had to go through the tree trunk to go up to go see the mafia man. And
Yeah.
they had people watching the dispensary. See, there's 12.
Like we made our own little stories up along the fairy trail, and it took us like I want to say like 30 minutes ish to walk it. And
was a
I
mile,
forgot to
right?
tell you, yeah, we got like 5,000 steps in.
I was gonna say, I know it was like a mile or something.
Yeah,
And it didn't even feel like.
no, it was so leisurely and just it felt magical.
Oh, get you. And we're talking about kids, teenagers, just kids, people, young adults. Sorry, put that out there.
Put it out there, clarify.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Just because we're saying kids,
we're not actually talking to like small kids.
I'm in my 40s, she's about to hit 50. So when we say kids, that's a wide range.
Yeah, typically the kids we're referring to can vote. Typically.
Yeah, it's true. Interesting. You, kids that can vote. No. You guys can go there and they have markers and
Yes.
paper. And you can write a little note to the fairies.
And put in the little fairy mailbox.
Mailbox.
It's so cute.
And if you want to, you can sit at the mini picnic table. But I wouldn't advise it if you're taller than her.
I would say if you are the parent of a young child aged 4 to 6, they would think it's the coolest experience
it's like
ever.
the best ever.
Ever.
Or if you're babysitting like your younger
Yes.
brother or sister, or you got a babysitting gig over the summer, and you can drive and it's allowed, go there.
Yeah, it's a state park, so it's free and it's open from dawn to dusk.
And they might see horses, and there's like a little pond. It's a nice little adventure.
It was. Yeah, and we were really surprised because we both live really close to the fairy trail and had no idea that it was there before we started this channel.
And mind you, I have 2 boys, and I have every Tinkerbell movie, so I should have known about this. In the 10 years I've lived here, area, I should have known about a fairy trail.
I should have known because when we moved here, my kids were young enough to have really thought that was cool, but
Yeah.
not so much now.
Not now. Now they'd be like, really? It's
Right.
an acorn. It looks like a chair.
It'd be like mom's pointing out ants again.
Yeah. Rabbit.
All right,
Yes.
kids.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was fun. So, you know, if you get bored this summer and you want something to do, and you need to get your steps in or whatever, it's a mile of shade.
Mm-hmm.
You get to look at little fairy huts.
They're so cute.
They're adorable.
And it's only open between May and October. When you go and when you look at the video that we're about to show you, it's going to be obvious why. Like, if they're under the snow and ice, it's going to damage the cute little fairy houses.
Oh, Miss April, she was a hero a couple times.
Well, yeah, a couple of them had fallen over. I put them back.
She helped the little fairies out because that would take them a long time to do that. Hero. Doo-doo-doo.
All right, kids, now we're really going to go get coffee and breakfast now.
Yep.
Because, boy, do we need it.
Yeah. I sound like a moron right now.
All right. Oh, bye, kids. We love you.
I love you.
Mwah.